Well, dozens of Canadians are stranded in Haiti. Street protests that have been going on for the past week have turned violent, making it impossible for them to reach the airport. Steve Rukavina has more on where they are and their prospects for coming home.
Well, according to Air Transat Quebec, tourists are stranded at the Royal Decameron all-inclusive beach resort. That's about 80 kilometers northwest of Port-au-Prince. The reason they're stuck is ongoing violent street demonstrations in Haiti connected to unrest over the increase of prices in fuel and other consumer goods. Now, Air Transat says the problem isn't getting flights in and out of the country, it's transporting the people safely on the ground from the resort to the airport. And they say they can't guarantee their safety, so for the time being, those people are staying put there. We know that the Government of Canada issued a travel advisory for Haiti, warning people against non-essential travel because of the unrest. And then we know the government closed the embassy in Port-au-Prince because of the same concerns. Air Transat says the tourists are safe, says it's working with local authorities to try to come up with a solution. The next scheduled flight out isn't until Sunday, but Air Transat says if they can arrange safe transport of the people from the resort to the airport, they may be able to get a flight in before then. Steve Rukavina, CBC News, Montreal.
Now, we've reached a Canadian who is stuck in Haiti. Dr. Heather Dow is joining us on the phone. We understand she's outside the capital of Port-au-Prince. Dr. Dow, thanks for joining us. Can you tell us what is happening around you?
Well, thank you for having me. We have come to do a medical mission here in Haiti, and as of our arrival on the 31st of January, there was no sign of any problem at all. But as the date approached for the anniversary of the overthrow of the Duvalier dictatorship on February the 7th, there was more activity and feeling of unrest. And on that date and subsequently over the last week, there's been more and more demonstrations by the opposition to the current president, Jovenel Moise, and his economic policies.
So where are you, and are you safe where you are?
We are located at a place called Plage Morrisseau, which is about 4 hours west of Port-au-Prince. So we're not in the thick of what is happening as far as the large demonstrations with heavy police presence and that sort of thing. But there are numerous roadblocks on the Route Nationale, which is the only main highway in Haiti, preventing us from returning to Port-au-Prince to fly out. The only international airport in the country is located in Port-au-Prince. So here there are local roadblocks, and but at the compound where we are staying, at our head of missions home, we are safe. So we have no concerns about our physical safety other than if we are to go outside of the compound.
We're showing folks at home a picture. There's three people in it. There's a gentleman in the middle and a woman on his right. We understand you are on the right side of the photograph, Dr. Dow. What is it that you have been doing there?
We come down here yearly. This is my 7th trip, and my colleague Kathy Davies, it's her 8th trip here, and a third person, Rachel Black, here is a nurse who came down one other time with us before. So what we do is we work with a local Haitian organization called GEACH, G-E-A-C-H is the acronym, and they organize clinics for us in mountain villages around the area of Lazille and Morrisseau. And so we will, a typical day, we will load up our medications and our supplies and drive out to one of the villages and hold a clinic in either a school or a church and provide free medical care to people who otherwise wouldn't get any medical care and couldn't afford it even if it were available.
It sounds like you're certainly stuck there. We're showing people video of thousands of people in the streets, cars being burned, buildings being burned, police and security forces pushing back. Have you been able to reach Canadian consular authorities? And if so, what have they said to you?
No, we have not been able to. Port-au-Prince is basically upside down and the embassy is closed. We have people in New Brunswick that have, where Catherine and I are from, that have been working at trying to contact politicians, the RCMP, who still has a presence in Port-au-Prince, and the Canadian Embassy, but have not been able to reach anyone who is to give any help.
We can tell you that we've just received a release from Global Affairs that they're saying that Canada's following developments very closely. Diplomats on the ground, they say they're in touch with their counterparts from other countries. They say that consular services are being provided to Canadian citizens in Haiti, stand ready to provide assistance, although, as you say, they point out that because of the safety of their diplomats, they have closed the embassy in Port-au-Prince. They provide a number, and our people will pass it along to you in case you're interested in a direct number, the Emergency Watch and Response Center. What sort of help are you hoping for from the Canadian government?
Well, it would be, if we are to leave by road to get to Port-au-Prince to fly out, we'll need some sort of a secure detail to help us get through roadblocks, because some of these people are armed, and there's been reports that they have been demanding money and even taking people for ransom for money at the roadblocks. And the people that are manning the roadblocks are very angry. They're Haitian, and we are Caucasian and Canadian, and those two things don't really go in our favor right at the moment.
Can I ask you how your spirits are? How do you feel?
I'm not discouraged. I'm anxious. I think we all want to return home to our respective families and responsibilities. I know that the three of us have shifts to work at hospitals on the weekend that we probably are not going to be able to do, and that's stressful knowing that, because our community hospitals at home work understaffed a lot of the time, and our families are worried about us. But as far as our safety is concerned, we are safe where we are. We feel quite secure here.
Well, Dr. Dow, I want to thank you for taking the time to describe the situation. Take care of yourself, and the best to you and your team. We will have our producers get in touch with you with that number of that emergency response line with federal officials in Ottawa. Hopefully it will help you in some way to get a little closer to that airport that at the moment, as you say, seems quite far away. Thank you, Dr. Dow.
Thank you so much for having me on.
It was our pleasure. Dr. Heather Dow is a Canadian currently stuck in Haiti. She joined us about a 4 hours drive from outside the capital of Port-au-Prince.